But I just pick up on like the new hot shit. They're like the Virgil this, OffWhite that, Alexander Wang jeans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Goyard trunk.
Oh, Goyard. Yeah.
You know?
I'm like, what the fuck is Goyard?
Yo,
I still haven't seen
Lupe,
Goyard. I had to Google Goyard.
Lupe kept saying Goyard.
I looked at the print. I'm like, I don't really like the print. I just like, I genuinely don't like it.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Yo, welcome back to another episode of the Immigrant Section. It's your boy Abbas Wahab saying thank you for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. Hit subscribe if you're on YouTube. Why not? And if you are in Ontario, get tickets for the upcoming Immigrant Section tour at abbaswahab.com. Myself, comedians Mo Ismail and Jesse Singh. We're coming all over the place. Waterloo, London, Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal. Get those tickets. And enough of that. With me today in the studio, a little different this time, all right? I'm excited to have this guy. I know him through my buddy Conrad, who's been on the podcast. Put it up for my man. Doesn't matter. It's okay. Rapper, artist. What are you saying, dog?
Bro, just, living, loving, enjoying.
Dude, artists are so different. I love it. Well, actually, no, I'm an artist. Fuck that shit. I mean rappers, bro, or musicians. See, now it's tough. I don't know. Like, do you prefer musician, performer, artist? You know what I mean?
I legitimately, like, those are cool titles. Like, I wouldn't personally say that about myself. I'd just be like, yeah, human being. But like, yeah, I'll take the praise. I'll be like, that's okay. Like, yeah, I guess I'm an artist. I guess I paint.
Yeah. So, they're like rapper, human being. Doesn't matter. It's okay. I like the name too, by the way.
Yeah. It wasn't really a name. It was more like frustration, but then became that. It's kind of like this running joke, and it's like, now we're here, and like now y'all gotta like accept it, and it's like, this is it.
Dude, the first time I ever met you was sick. It was the first time I was ever in some sort of album recording. Conrad took me a couple years back. You were wrapping up that one album, and you were doing interludes. Okay. So you had a bunch of people in that like studio or whatever the fuck that was. It was like a rental space in some building, and a bunch of people showed up, and they brought little speakers, and you guys were doing like the interlude like skit recordings.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was
yeah,
and the whole crew was there. I never met any of these people.
Oh shit, you were there that
there.
day.
You probably don't remember, but
now
I was
I'm thinking about it. I was like, okay,
yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. It was like, that's just me just trying to get people in a room, and I'm like, I don't know what we're doing, but like something great is gonna come out of it. And I'm like, that you were there? Wow. Like,
yeah. That was my first. See, comedians and musicians, you guys move totally different.
Okay.
And Conrad is actually like the bridge between that. So shout out to my boy Conrad. But
he can drop some like dope verses.
He does, not only that, which is hilarious. Yo, I just made a fucking track.
Actually, damn.
I was in Edmonton with this one guy who was a rapper.
Yeah.
My boy Jim Kerr. Shout out to him. He let me crash at his place. My guy, respect. But yeah, he goes by K Spicy. And he's got a fucking recording studio at the crib. And yo, we straight up, he played the beat over and over, and I sat in there for 30 minutes and I wrote a verse. I was trying to write 16. I think I wrote 10, but 10, still. Yo, it's sick.
I mean, 10 goes now. You know what I mean? 10 is like, I think acceptable. Like, I think Kanye like just broke the rules for like these things, and just like, and a few other people like
16 was the rule for a verse.
They expected you to have like 3 16s. That's impossible writing sometimes.
That's
sometimes
like,
you're like,
that's Kendrick shit.
That is shout outs to Kendrick, I guess. I don't like the Kenny references when people are like, yo, Kendrick, but yeah, shout outs to Kendrick.
Kendrick Lamar. Yeah, little rapper, you may have heard of him. You know, he's been killing it recently. Come out of Compton, check him out. Yo, but I was sick, that vibe, because I'm like, yo, I've always been obsessed with music and comedy. Obsessed, right? So I've always had this little bit of a fantasy of being kind of in the studio, fly on the wall, watching the whole That's why I'm loving this Yeezus or Genius Kanye documentary on Netflix. Check that shit out. This is all shout outs for this whole episode.
Because we're literally like the flies on the wall for like that whole experience.
I love it.
What he had done, and like.
And that's how I felt that one time I was in the studio with you. Or it wasn't even the studio. It was that fucking room.
It was open air.
Yeah, it was open.
That's humanity. Like, that's just things that I'm like, yo, like, these guys in a room will just, like.
But musicians, rappers, you guys have an entourage, yo, man. Comedians, we run lone wolf, like just by ourselves all 24/7, 23-hour lockdown. And you guys, even today, you came with 2 people. I knew you were gonna come with people. I'm like, I know how these rappers move, bro.
Like low key, there was gonna be more. Like low key, like low key. This is light. Like I got a.
Did you know I recorded at my house?
50-50. Like I
Thought
was
had a
like
studio up here.
when I was playing back some of the like
Episodes?
episodes like previous ones. I was like oh damn, like I thought it was on the second floor. We're on the ground level. You know,
You're
It's
like the windows trying to
it's
piece together geographically.
Yeah, I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
It's like damn.
No, you can't see the window in it, so you can't see outside. But if you look outside, you can see
It's-
there's a public school across the street. Like it is suburban as well.
It's not. Yeah,
Just like, yo, are they in New York right now? Anything is possible, yo.
I mean, you can literally tell people that is that, and then people are like, yeah, this is in New York. Yeah,
Yeah, I can see that.
We're in
I can
LA.
see-
It's hot. It's hot. It's hot outside. I'm just wearing a hoodie just for the heck of it.
My
you know?
boy's rocking all black. Yo, I
wow.
remember I remember Lupe Fiasco back in the day when he was like at the peak.
Yeah.
And he was on a Fox interview, and he's wearing shades like that, and the like it was like a white anchor guy interviewing him, and he goes, "Yeah, you know," he says some sort of like passive aggressive comment about the glasses. He goes, "Yeah, I see you still got your glasses on or whatever," and then Lupe is just like, "They're prescription." I can have them arranged for you or some shit like that. It was ready
It was
to be
necessary. It was
he
like
was ready to get called out.
it's a zeitgeist moment.
Yeah.
That's like a shifting of any. I was just about to go down a rabbit
Like black culture, like
Yeah.
he tried to do that thing that one like it was right at the ending of the interview, and the anchor was trying to like end on a power move.
Yeah.
And Lupe was just like their prescription. I was like, oh,
It's like he edited it.
Yeah, I was like, he's like, fuck.
He dropped the mic.
Yeah, literally, Lupe.
The
I was
mic
like, that's
was
my boy.
rolling. Yeah. No, I feel that. I was like, when you were telling me, when you were talking about this story, I was just like, it was reminding me of like the whole, what was it, like 21 Savage talking about like, they're like, oh, like what's that thing on your? And he's like, it's a knife. You know, like that. Like
The cross. It looks like a cross between his eyebrows.
Yeah, they were expecting him to say cross, but he's like, it's a knife.
Yeah, I love that shit.
Like-
They're like, oh, it's a T.
Yeah.
No, not a cross. Oh, no, it's a T. I like T. It's funny when 21, they were like, he's actually from Britain.
Oh.
Dude, isn't it? It's the exact same shit in that Genius documentary of them being like, you ain't never been in jail. You ain't never sold dope. You can't rap and shit like that.
The whole backstory that you need to have to like have some like relevancy.
Like, you've never been shot. What kind of music are you going to make? You've never been in a hospital for a bullet wound. How can you make music?
It's like we joke around a little bit sometimes now. It's just like it's like any kind of like criminal / not criminal like any involvement with like the authorities. You're like this is added street cred. This is the way I'm gonna blow up. You know
Exactly,
You're like,
yeah.
had one cop interaction like I'm gonna blow up now.
Yeah, it's like, yo, record.
Yeah, record.
That's why if
They
like,
handcuffed me. They threw me in the back, but then
Did they?
just released me. They did.
but did you get footage of it? Because if you didn't, then
No, I wish though, but like that. I also
I can't
like,
wait for your next track. Like, handcuff me, put me in the back, got my niggas acting black. It's like, oh fuck, he's already cashing out on the experience.
I'm like cheese rapper
You're
right now. I
wrapped
was
up
like-
in the back, like handcuff me in the back.
But nowadays you
You're
want
coming
that.
up-
You want that footage. You want that to like be something like people just like take that to a whole other level and just like milk it. Like I think this is like the society of milking things, like just anything, like exploitation, like at the highest level.
Bro, right before we went live, I'm asking you about your new album.
Okay.
Is it titled yet? By the way,
Yeah.
do you care to share? Or not
Yeah,
really?
100%. It's happening.
It's called Happening
Yeah, it's called happening.
with a G at the end or an N.
No, this is just, you know what? I should have did the end because now I'm just like, yo, for hip hop's sake, it's like
Yeah,
happening.
yeah.
Ebonics happening. No, it's just happening.
That's sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, you were saying, I'm like, did it drop? And you were like, I've presented it. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, I don't know the stages for how rappers like release shit.
I feel like there's
Explain
no
that shit to
rules.
me.
I feel like there's no rules now. I feel like at this particular point, I was just like, I should pick out a date. And then I was like, oh, I should find a location. And I was like, oh, I should tell people about it. And then I was thinking a couple days before when like the mix and the final master wasn't figured out, I was just like, you know what? We're going to showcase what we have. This is what we have. You guys were here. Cool. People have asked me like, when can we get it? I'm like,
You're like,
Gonna be there.
yeah, you're such a rapper. You're like, I'm burning it. It's
burning
you know,
it.
it's
Yeah.
gone. I'm shelving it. It's like,
It's
damn.
on its way. You know, it's like it's on its way. It's not. You know.
When an album is ready, how do you get it on Apple, Spotify, everything?
There's several different ways, but DistroKid, everybody knows this. Like
If you're in music, you know DistroKid.
DistroKid is big, and then there's like I think like United Masters, but there's other ways. Like I guess if you get like signed and blah blah blah, which is like who cares nowadays? But it's just like DistroKid, they got you like on like a yearly subscription thing there, so it's like
Gotcha.
you
That's how I do the
pay
podcast.
for it.
Yeah.
But sometimes you're paying for it, and then you're like not even making as much as what you're paying. Then you're like, why am I even paying for this thing there? So it's just like there's that too. Also that like that's
To offset
low-key
the
what
cost.
happens. You know, for these artists, you know.
Yeah, for the podcast, we do the same shit, Podbean, and I'm not like I still haven't like. If you think too short term, then you're gonna fuck yourself over. Be like, oh, I'm not offsetting the cost. Fuck it, I'll pull the plug.
100%.
Then you're really gonna fuck yourself, right? But what I want to know is, you were saying you don't really need to get signed nowadays, huh? Like it's all the independent route.
It's not even a thing. Like I know personally, like I personally know people that have been like, oh, like under these different umbrellas and stuff like that, and like the management scenario, and sometimes it's not moving, like the label's not moving as quick as they're thinking because they're just artists, right? So it's just like everything to them is just like fresh, new, like
And they're all
Ice Cube-
corporate.
Yeah, and they're corporate. They're like, yo, we want to keep and maintain you this like thing that works. And they're like, but we're not, like they're thinking like, oh, we're no longer in this kind of mentality anymore. So it's just like that battle.
Yeah.
I've seen that. And it's like, at this particular point, it's like, take care of the people that you vibe with and the people that connect with you and stuff like that, and build that, because like everything else is just like, it's not even in arm's reach. It's like, is that important? I don't know. Like I've done a lot of gigs just off of just conversation. It's just like, that's
So it's mostly word of mouth as far as getting gigs in the Toronto area.
for me personally, 100%, 200%. I get tired of sending them emails where they're just like, hey,
I'd love to be. Here's a link of my
you
latest
you gotta
work.
explain, latest work.
I'm really talented.
I'm talented. I'm an artist. Toronto based. All these little like things you got to check mark.
But you have sick shit, by the way. I've heard your shit. The way I would describe, if you were in America, I feel like you would end up with Odd Future. Because you got a Frank Ocean type of singing, kind of like weird music type of thing. It's a little bit like, like Earl Sweatshirt, a little bit coming in. Like it's all kind of Odd
Earl
Future.
Fire.
Yeah? Do you agree?
Yeah.
Would you think you would like
that's
jive well with
that.
Odd Future?
But the thing is, it's like if you the statement itself, it's like odd future. It's like this is an odd future. They're creating their own reality and then presenting it into the current realm. It's like, well, my thing is, it's like I chose to like, I got so tired of people being like, hey, this is your what do you name yourself and who you are? What are you? And I can call myself, I'm like, I am the Flying Horses. But then I was like, it doesn't matter. I started off with just saying doesn't matter, and then it translated into doesn't matter. It's okay, because I'm like, I couldn't get www.doesntmatter.com, so doesn't matter. It's okay was available, so I was like, that's the website. And
Doesn't matter. It's okay. Ties it up
100%.
nicely.
I was
That's
like-
that bow at the end too.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Bad, Not Good. Right?
Inspiration. That's why there's no spaces. Legitimately, there's no spaces in like the way it's like presented is like it's just off of actually Bad, Not Good.
Yeah.
Like, which is crazy. that
And
you
the music style.
pointed that out.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. And I have one
dope.
of the records right now. But like the music style reminds me kind of what, because you compose, you got like a Kevin Parker like thing going where you're doing everything, huh?
all over the place, like maestro, like what is it? Jack of all trades, like Ken of all trades. People would say. I kind of slightly.
Wait, what the can of all? They say Jack of all trades.
No, I said Ken of all. It was
Ken
me.
of all trades?
Yeah, I was like,
yeah, I think his name is Kenny, right?
Oh,
like
no!
you've said it 3 times and people are like, wait. He's like, I hate it when people say Ken and Kendrick. They're like, wait, what? It's
yeah.
like, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
But that's like a
comment
T.I.
section.
That's like T.I. being on an interview and being like, by the way, my name is Clifford. It's like, nigga, cut that shit out.
like
It's
stop.
like, talk about the resting thing. Just superimpose it back.
Bro,
I'm in the
I'm
back.
hurt. I'm
in
hurt.
the back, cuffed up. Got my niggas locked up. He's like, that's fire. Did somebody get a pen? Quick. But yo, I gotta ask, are you a Toronto guy? How'd you get in the whole game? Like, what's,
Toronto,
what's
like-
the backstory?
Like, are you talking about like origins, like cities that I've lived in? Because it's like if a city's
As
that I
far
live
as
in-
you getting into music,
but like because I want to go back to like am I a Toronto
start
guy?
wherever you want to start.
Not a
Absolutely.
Toronto. Okay, like,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
Born in Montreal.
yeah.
Well, technically not Montreal because like I went to the airport. Not airport. When I was doing my passport,
Yeah, yeah.
and they're like Pointe Claire, and I was like, no, Montreal. They're like, but Pointe Claire, and I had to figure out that Pointe Claire is not actually part of Montreal. So I was like, so I'm from Pointe Claire.
It's like a Etobicoke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Point Claire, Quebec.
So all your Montreal people watching this, like, man, fuck that guy, man. We was repping the same hood, man.
Nah, we were there for like a little bit, like in my early childhood, and then like my family decided to move to Toronto because they're like, the kids can't just only know French and Portuguese. They gotta at least know English, like, cause like that's just like the majority. So just like we moved to Toronto, but then they moved to Ottawa, and then they moved to London, Ontario.
Yo, that's where I grew up, just to fuck shit up. They're like, you know what? Let's give them the full white experience.
What is happening?
So you were in London for how long?
But this is like when I was young, like grade 4 to like whatever. But crazy things happen. Like there's things from my childhood, like
You'll never forget.
If you're talking about like, what are we talking about? We're talking about like how like an immigrant would like.
There's so
coexist.
much was said there that like I don't even know where to start. First of all, your time in London. How long were you in London, Ontario?
But London, Ontario was like grade 4 to I think just like a little bit of grade 6.
Okay, so it was significant or was just a blip? Just in.
It was pretty significant.
Yeah.
It's like our car got joyrided, like a family car got joyrided, whole bunch of racial slurs on it. That happened.
Actually?
Yeah.
Wait, do you remember what area you lived in or what school you went to or anything about London?
Elementary school, St. Robert's.
St. Robert's.
It's like close to like this. I think there's like a church or something like that.
Church? No, I'm
There's
kidding.
like,
Can you imagine?
there's like St. Robert's, and then there's like a field, and there's like a church, and maybe it's called St.
That's
Paul's.
probably that's half of London. Oh, maybe St. Paul's
Something.
school for gifted boys who are artistically inclined. Is that what it is? So
No.
wait, so your car got robbed.
Parents'
They
car,
joined-
not my
yeah,
car.
Yeah, I
But
get it. You're grade
the
4 to 6.
family car. Yeah.
I'm assuming that you weren't driving a fucking Dodge Caravan at the age of 9. Like, yo, I'm killing it. But stolen. They joyrode it.
Joyrode it.
Then wrote slurs on it.
Slurs on it. It was found with slurs.
Dude, that's crazy. That's like the level of racism and hatred. You don't
like-
even see at least see it on TV or movies.
That's like movie-esque level.
movie hate
I'm
shit.
like,
That's
I
like
think
American
back,
History X cutscene.
like low key, I haven't asked my parents since that's happened. Like since we were in like London, Ontario. Like I think they told me then, and that stuck with me up until now, which is crazy. But like I've never followed up with the story.
Was that the spark to be like, okay, we out?
No, there was another. So we live in 2 different places. Like that happened, and then we got kicked out of this neighborhood that we were living at. That was like it was like these townhomes. I remember. I don't know. I don't even know. It was
Bully.
like close. It was close to this. AG. What's that? The grocery store. There's like a grocery store.
Metro AMP?
AMP. I think it was close to AMP.
Was it next to Sherwood Mall? Sherwood
Might
Hills
be.
Mall?
That kind
That's
of
what. That's Limberlost. You don't remember 1481 Limberlost? That's what I grew
No,
up.
I couldn't even remember that. Like that's like I just
Okay,
remember
yeah,
there
I
was
mean,
like
4 to
an
6.
AMP.
Yeah, we were
There
right
was-
next to an AMP, which is now a food basics. Rest in peace to the AMP. Became a metro after that too. There's a lot of stages.
Damn, I felt like AMP probably had like they had better things. I think like I just from what I remember, like the experience is like not food basics experience.
I just remember that AMP was the only. I nowhere else I went in Ontario did I run into an AMP except for that.
That one
place.
particular
Nobody
place.
had AMP.
I think there was even I'm trying to remember there was like a Kmart in that area at that time.
No,
I
London
remember
don't
there.
got Kmart.
Did they have
No,
Kmart?
that's
Okay, I
American,
felt like they
I'm
had
pretty sure.
Kmart or something
Yeah.
like that.
But anyways, so where'd you guys go from there? Is that Ottawa after that? Or?
No, so like that happened. Then this neighborhood thing happened. Like it was like we kind of got ousted out of the neighborhood because I guess we were like the only like minority in the neighborhood. Type
Oh,
thing.
it definitely wasn't Limberlost.
They were like, yeah, it was like random police callings and like just like
on you guys.
on us, like rowdiness or something like that. It was like those type of things. I forgot what the exact scenario is, but we didn't live there for that long, and then we ended up like living in this like apartment, like somewhere closer to like the school I was going to.
Yeah.
But that happened, and then we went back to Ottawa then, And then I decided to like later on in my life just move to Toronto, back to Toronto.
So you came out here solo.
Came out here on my own after the fact. Yeah.
Dope. So do you speak? You got Angolan background. Do you speak Portuguese?
I like to act like not act. I like to say a few words, but yeah, I can speak it. Like not fully speak it, but I can speak it. You know, say a few things.
Do you like to get with Portuguese chicks and be like, hey, yo?
This is where I gotta look at the camera. I'm like, yo, thank God the shades were on. I was like, this is not.
Yeah.
This is
like,
not
I plead
okay.
the fifth. I plead the fifth.
I plead the fifth. You know? It's like, it's like it's where your parents expect it. They're kind of like not specifically like a Portuguese girl, but they're like, we want somebody that. You know, somebody
we'll carry this thing forward. I know about that shit.
They're not shooting for it, but they're like, it's not a bad idea though. You know, you should consider it.
Yeah, consider it. Yeah, I mean,
like, yeah,
you got some pretty sexy options though, right? Right? I mean, you got Brazil, you got fucking Portugal, you got Angola. I don't even know what the other fucking colonies
Angola
are.
won Miss Universe like 2011.
Yeah,
so, yeah, we're pretty big. Pretty big
damn,
up there.
Yo, shout out to Angola. You may have heard of it. It's out there in Africa. Check it out.
Let's go.
Let's go.
You know?
So did you go to school for music or anything like that?
None of that. Literally my sister's the one who had like the voice, and then I was just like let's figure out a way to like record her, you know, and like just blah blah blah. That's just me just being, because like we're a year and 6 months apart, so we spent a lot of time together. So it's just like we vibe on the same things growing up. So it's just naturally inclined. Like she would sing a lot and like play all these like songs, and I hated music, but I was just like, whatever, like let me try to figure out, you know. And it was just playing around and figuring out these programs, and then bam, then you're the one who's like testing it out for yourself, and then.
So you're driving the music. Like, is your sister still involved in music at all?
Church wise, like,
Gotcha.
Yeah, she's.
But like trying to make a career of it, that's you. It's shifted over to you.
Yeah, basically, yeah. At this point, like trying, I don't even trying anymore. It's like living out a career. Like this is, you know.
So what was the thing to be like? I'm going to Toronto. I'm trying to make it. Because as I understand it, Montreal is like where my comedian buddy Aki, who I grew up with in London, he moved to Montreal to make it in music. Montreal is where a lot of people go to make it in music. How would you describe the difference?
The thing about Montreal is like, okay, that is the natural progression sometimes from like living in Ottawa and then going to Montreal, because it's like a 2-hour difference.
Yeah, it's much closer. Yeah.
So I have a lot of like friends and family friends and stuff like that. I live out there and they've made the jump. But Montreal, as much as it has like a lot of like space to do that and whatever, it doesn't have the drive like a city like Toronto would be. Like Toronto's like very like, you know, fast paced, very like, you know, 3-4 hustles, rents. Like it's like everybody's living by the next thing that they're doing, you know. You don't got that in Montreal. Montreal is like relaxed.
Yeah. Toronto's the most New York Canada has to offer.
I might crack this just
absolutely. Yeah. What the fuck? So you've got this drink here that's like,
it's blacked out.
It's blacked out. You should have called the album "Blacked Out" at this point. You're looking like Kanye West now that I look at you. Your shit's distressed. Your shit's distressed.
You know what I made this too? Like I'm literally wearing things that I made. Like this is like a hoodie, you know, thing.
Yo, you're gonna see this. Like it's gonna be called the Doesn't Matter crossover with Alexander Wang
100%.
in 10 years. You know, when Alexander Wang is in prison for pedophilia. They caught that nigga
recently.
Alexander Wang, bro.
Recently,
bro. If show me one incredible like fashion designer that's not a little fucked up. Like I was shocked when they said he was diddling kids. I'm like, finally, what the? How is the clothes so fire? Now it adds up, you know. Alexander Wang's he's being aggressive apparently.
Do you know what that kind of reminds me of? It reminds me of like it's like my homie back in the day wore a lot of like Tommy Hilfiger, and like we all know the story of like Tommy Hilfiger, but he's like, yeah, but you know, why are you wearing his clothing? He's racist. He's like, I want him to be more racist. That's what my homie says.
Yo,
keep the fire going.
Yeah.
Keep the fire going. You know?
Was he black?
Yeah, it's black guy.
He's like, I only fuck white bitches and Tommy. You know what I'm gonna take the shirt off. Nah, I'm gonna keep it on.
He's in Vancouver. He lived in
Whistler.
He lived. I don't know, not Whistler, but what are those islands? The islands,
Vancouver Island.
not
like
Vancouver Island.
Victoria?
The ones that people party in and live in trees and they're like hippies and just run around. And then he moved to Vancouver.
You're describing those like Star Wars or Star Wars like the bear animal things.
Like I came up with this guy. That's, like we went to high school together. What are those
He's
islands?
like, nah, I'm out of here, man. I'm going out west. Fuck bitches and
That
Tommy.
Tommy
Hilfiger shit.
I got to visit him like was actually during the pandemic, which is dope. So I was like sick. You know?
It's funny how brands switch, bro. When I was young and like I'm Muslim, so
Okay.
I grew up with not Christmas Eid. You get 2 Eids a year.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
like the big celebration. You probably know this shit. But on Eid, you wear your best shit.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
everybody we'd all like try to
Pull
get a
up.
Tommy shirt or a polo shirt. You know, all the freaking outlets would be packed like a couple days before Eid. Everyone's getting ready. But man, I remember just looking at Tommy and just being like, fuck, if I could just get that square,
That
yo,
little-
I'll fuck everything up. You know what I mean? I'm going to take over the game if I get that. And then it's funny how it switches. Like, that's me at like 11.
11,
right?
okay,
And
yeah.
then at like 20, I could afford it. And then
Then you don't want it
the
anymore.
is
You're
going.
like-
And now I'm just like, oh my God. Like,
You're like,
imagine
this is-
they're all regular clothes, but they just like
That little-
80% of brands just, they're the same clothes, but they just say what the thing is. Like Lacoste to Tommy to Polo, it's just switch this little thing.
Same factory,
Same everything. Just
switching,
switch
boom,
this little
boom.
thing.
I'm like, yo, shout outs to the counterfeit market. Like for people buying counterfeit goods that look like, you know, it's like you're actually buying from the same factory. If you know,
Well, shout out to you for making, you can't even get
I'm
that
not
shit.
even there. You can't.
You're like this hoodie you're
This
wearing
hoodie
doesn't
doesn't
even
exist.
it can't even get closed up. That's what I like it. You're like, you
It
can't
doesn't-
close this shit.
I mean, there's a bunch of these T-shirts. Like these T-shirts, they're here. Like I like screen printed like a bunch of them.
Do you have the screen printer at home?
Yeah, I started like playing around with screens again and stuff like that, and then like doing the different washes and stuff and learning how to like get them like vintage look. So this started off as like just like a fresh like all black like untouched tee.
Did you wash it like 8 times?
There's methods, like there's things I've learned. Like I've like when it comes to fashion, I've dabbled. Like it's like I'm very like, yo, this is an audio visual experience. Like everything is like we're adding to it. You know, it's like the black can is just like this is all part of the dance. You know, it's like
So what's the deal with this? What is it? It says everything goes away.
which is literally
Which sounds like your album, or like everything is on brand. Are you did you create this? Are you associated with the creation of this?
Probably low key. Like if we're talking about like that. If we're gonna get into that whole realm,
Don't
like,
talk about energy right now. Are you involved with the manufacturing of this product? Man, we all involved with, we all associated with everything.
Everything's
no,
real
no,
connected.
no, no,
Atoms and
no, don't call
quantum
that shit.
mechanics. Like let's go.
Yeah.
You know,
Yo, string theory, my nigga. That's the name of my track 2 on my new album, happening.
bro. No, yo.
String theory. They got me locked up in the back of the truck.
What?
Every track you talk about getting locked up.
Nah.
But yeah, what is that shit?
No, this is good. It's like I think it's like a triple IPA type thing. It's a I call it
Triple IPA,
yeah, I
God.
call it like a dance because it's like a 10.2%.
Damn, where do you even buy that?
you buy that? It's Blood Brothers, you know.
No, I don't know what that means.
Okay, so the name they're local. There's a local brewery. They're like 2 seconds away from my spot. I support them. They support me. It's fire. Like I'm out here just supporting and repping the things that I like. Like this, it's not like they asked me to show up here and just talk about it. It's like I do it. It's part of the culture. It's
Do
part
they
of me.
give you those for free?
Sometimes?
Well, I think they're about to
Yeah.
up that frequency a
Can you
little
up
bit.
it?
Yeah.
Up it. This is a Blood Brothers commercial right here,
Yeah.
sponsored by.
Check out Blood Brothers at local Toronto Brewery.
It's local. It's local.
Yeah? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
they're with the
support
vibes. They're with the
local.
vibes. They're with the vibes.
Yeah,
100%.
man. Fuck yeah, dude. That looks sick, yo. I wish you brought another one, bro. This nigga
Yeah.
showed up 3 people with 1 beer, bro. Like, who the... This is the... Give me an album.
Yo.
Give me something, bro.
You know what? You called me out because it's summertime, but like, I don't know.
You're like, I'll give you a verse.
That's what I'll say. I'll say like
yeah,
if you
yeah.
if you just like start like whatever little
You want me to
like
give you a beat?
If you give me a little
Okay,
beat,
I
I
can
was like
beatbox
I'll
pretty
do
decently.
something. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. What kind?
It's not pre-written.
give me
Sorry,
a-
this is pre-written.
This is off the dome? It is pre-written?
We act
doesn't
like it's
matter.
off the dome, but
Okay, let's do it. Yeah,
come
yeah,
on,
yeah.
it's like
everything in YouTube that says freestyle. That's like I run into is like that's not that's written.
it's like
I run
bro. I wish
Okay, give me the tempo of the beat you're looking for.
anything
Okay,
works because
okay,
everything's
typical.
here.
I'll give you standard.
Give me standard,
flow. Okay, all right, check it.
Let me take a little sip off this.
That's my boy off the top. You
You
know
can try
what-
this though if you're okay with trying beers,
yeah.
like if that's a thing, you know, it's like it's a vibe, you know,
Ooh,
right?
that's
It's like
that-
smooth and it hits.
It's
just
not
like it's direct.
smooth. It is like I like
For
it. I
us,
wish it was a little
IPA
colder.
sour drinkers.
No, I
it's
like
smooth.
IPA, but that's aggressive. I
That's
like it though. I'm not mad at it. I would have one of those. You can never have two of those.
I tell everybody, yeah, no.
Yeah, you have a
Just one a
couple
day.
regular beers and then that to cap it off, and you're done.
We're out here just capping it off. Like, it's
But yeah, let's go. Okay.
this is like wish it. Wish I had the brave things to say, and that's okay. I'm talking to you here. In this moment, I say, hey, y'all should be happy, but instead we degrade. I'm watching society with some hope and a cape. See, I can live without you, but I don't want to live without you. Coming of age, please get PTA. I need this classic. What happened to the magic?
Imagine.
What happened to the leaders? What happened to giving a fuck? What happened? The currency's relationship, and you ain't gotta be alone. You ain't gotta live there. Together we can all make it a home.
Yeah. Oh, that's my dude right
I was
there.
saying,
Yo,
I was like, what?
that wasn't bad, yo. That was sick.
That was a little mashup.
Yo, that's what it is,
That's
though.
just happening.
That's how these people know,
hard-
yo. That's
happening.
track 6, by the way. You're gonna hear this.
I literally, yeah, you
It's
hear it again.
exactly the fucking same track.
I'm not gonna try to run away. You know, people are like, yo, it's dropping a freestyle right now. I'm not running. I'm like, I seen this thing recently where it was not recently, but like I keep playing it to people. But I'm only saying recently because I played it recently. But it's games dropping the same freestyle for like 5 years.
the game?
The game.
That's
and
hilarious.
Reddit caught him. Like somebody on
They're
Reddit.
like, yo, game, give me something. He's like, all right, yo, I'm gonna give
And
you
they
this
put it
off
off
the
together.
top. I'm gonna give you this off the top. And then he like pretends. He's like, all right, okay, okay, I got it. It's like, yo,
And
you're
the
doing-
funny thing is, at the end of it, it was like he kept saying "game chilling," and I was like, his last line was like "game chilling," and it's like, bruh, game ain't ready. But oops. Anyway, shout outs to Game. I love the game.
yeah,
Documentary is amazing.
Yeah, the
The
documentary.
documentary
fucking
was
takes me
changed my
back.
life.
What is your number one most influential artist? I'm not saying who's your favorite. Who's the one that is you like? I gotta get into it. Like this person is the reason I got into music.
He said he influential artist. Like influence, the top influence. Who's like the first name? There's too many names. There's literally I can jump around. I could be like Dan Penna, Elon Musk, Kanye West, Jay Electronica, Donald Trump. I'll go as far as saying that. And just random anything really, like literally anybody who's just about saying their thing. Pierre Poilievre, conservative leader, currently contesting Trudeau. Like, yeah, that energy, whatever. I don't know what he stands for, but I'm like, at this particular point, certain things that he's saying is kind of like it's enough is enough. Like anybody that's like, challenging the status quo and just like being like, humanity needs to make a shift.
Yeah, you resonate.
Let's make a
with that.
shift. Let's go. You know what I mean? Like, let's not play around. Like, let's not do this dance. I don't like the dance. I like dancing, but I don't like that dance. It's like
You're
certain
doing a dance right now,
No,
bro.
I was like,
Just tell me Kanye West, bro.
No.
Just tell me Kanye West. Just tell
It's
me
not even
Kanye
that.
West.
No, it's.
Did you watch episode 2 of Genius?
I did. Episode 2 rocked better than episode 1.
Dude, when Pharrell was like, I didn't know.
When he said
I didn't know. Dude, that Pharrell is
It
the
hit, it
fucking
hit.
best. Yo, Pharrell is the best, dude.
Also, low
The
key,
Neptune,
Pharrell was the same age. He looked the same age then
till
and now.
Yeah. And even before that, like from the point he was 18 or whatever, like the guy has never aged. But yeah, bro, how satisfying would that be? You still got that coming your way, but to just be like acknowledged by a successful current guy, to just be like, I didn't know, because you could see the angst Kanye has. Like they're like, he's one of the best producer rappers right now. He's like, no, nigga, no, I'm just a rapper. Just compare me with the rappers. I'm way better than these producers. They're like, okay, nigga,
That's
chill,
the
nigga.
battle. Do you know what that's the battle? That's the battle of like being literal and being like to the point. Like it's like people are like, we like your music. I'm like, it's not music. Like I wouldn't do music if music wasn't the most accessible route of communicating with people. Like I can just stand on corners and just talk my shit, but like people be like, he's just talking his shit.
Yeah, but society frowns down upon that, you know?
Yeah,
You get locked up quick.
Locked up, crazy. What church is he promoting?
Yeah.
And then it's like, if I throw some smooth beats on it, people are like, oh.
Yeah, you could say the same
You
shit.
can say anything. Then
All
they
those
just-
crazy fucks that done that square, they just need a producer.
If they have a dope producer,
they
if
need
they
Metro Boomin in the back.
Mike Dean playing whatever, like we out. You know what I mean? Pharrell. You know,
Yo,
like,
what do you think about Jack Harlow? I think he's fucking killing it, yo. His rhymes are nice. I just heard him on this new one called Neil Tuck or something. This new track, it's on Rap Caviar.
Neil Tech.
Oh, I was like, oh, this is... Dude, he's got the one part that I fucking love. I play it all over. Like,
Is it the
he
one-
goes, it keeps going. Things just keep going how I wrote it. Back then, he goes, they didn't fuck with us, but I mean, back then it makes sense, but now it's like, now what?
Yeah, I heard that.
Yo. He's like, yeah, back then it makes sense, but now what? They're just hanging around just to hang us, stop hounding us.
Do you know, because of this era that we're living in, and there's like, and Mos Def would talk about this all the time. He's just like, yo, there's too many artists. It's like I ain't got the time. And like you have the time to like whatever listen. So like for me personally, like for me to spend time to like jump into a particular artist, whoever it is, if it's like a Jack Harlow or whatever, it has to do the lifestyle. So yeah, I do mess with Jack Harlow. I don't know his music like that.
Yeah.
I watched a few of his interviews, and that's where I start. The Vogue interview, he seemed calm as hell,
But that's what you start with people's interviews.
I start with interviews. I want to know the vibe. I'm like, if I'm gonna, you know, it's like, you know, tell me who you are, and I'll tell you. Tell me who your friends are, and I'll tell you who you are. It's like who you listen to and the people you around is going to affect your entire scenario. So even the music you're listening to. So I'm just like, I want to vibe out to the humanity of the person, and then be like, okay,
and then
the music.
hear the music. Gotcha.
And now I'm hearing the music, and I heard the humanity of himself, and I'm like, yeah, Jack Harlow is fucking sick. That shit's dope. It's dope. I don't know if I'll sit down and have enough time to listen to a whole album, but it sounds dope, and he seems like he's doing the dope things.
It's true, man. Getting a taste of the tone of the person is so much better, because I watched episode 2 of that Kanye documentary, and he does that whole Through the Wire thing. And yesterday I'm driving home, I played Through the Wire, and you can hear, look, I'm talking through the wire right now. I'm like, damn, I never realized this whole
the energy,
time.
yeah.
He literally, I thought he re-recorded it later when his mouth got fixed. No, it's that recording of when his jaw was all like wired up.
Well, that's the important part. It's like that's the explanation that's just like necessary now. Like, even doing this or what we're doing right now is like, I hope people can catch the energy, and I hope people understand that, like, you know, like I'm just like, I'm thinking these things and things are coming out, you know, things called happening because it was happening, and that was the time. I had other things I was working on, but like this was the most thing that was happening.
Yeah, they weren't happening.
I'm like, it's not a test.
Yeah.
Let's go. You know, it's like,
Which is also literally on your shirt, which should be an album.
'cause
This is not a test.
it's
that
on the,
should- is
it's
that-
on the cover art. It's on the cover art.
This is not a test.
It's on the cover art.
Oh shit! So it says this is not a test, and then it says happening.
Yeah, it's like the name of the album is happening, but on the cover is like, this is not a test. I kind of want people to sit through it and like listen, and then it's like sometimes when you look at something and you're listening to it, it shifts your perception on it. If
Yeah.
we're gonna go into a deeper sense, so it's just that type of thing. It's just like paying attention to all realms, because it is an audio visual experience, as I said before, and it's like, you know, it's not act like it isn't, unless we're all like, you know.
Are you big like not relating to you creating your own album? Are you
Yeah.
a big album guy? Because you know with Spotify and everything, we're mostly playing off our liked songs and playlists. You this track Me Against the World off Me Against the World, All Eyes on Me off All Eyes on Me, and whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Are you a big album guy where you run through it in the order that was originally created?
All the time. Like if I'm gonna take in a project that's come out, like the most recent one, like I was just vibing to a lot was like FKA Twigs thing. It was like, I like to just front to back, because there's a reason why it's all put together, but then it's like, I like that more than I like hearing like, oh, this is a one-off like of the thing there, because
Radio
it's just,
track, yeah.
Yeah, because it's just like, at least this here is like, this is your statement on the world, and we're supposed to sit with it, and it's just like,
Feels like a book. Like a good album feels like a book. You know,
100%. And that's
Good
what
Kid, Mad City, like in the order. That shit was like
that's like, to me, that's like the Passion of the Christ.
the good that one specifically.
That's the Passion of the Christ. In the sense that you're like amazed, like it's like amazing story, gets killed at the end, comes back.
It's a
like-
tragedy, yeah.
It's like that's a tragedy, and I'm like, sometimes I don't want to go through that tragedy.
Yeah,
again,
I get
you know
that,
what I mean?
for sure.
I like the songs. I know what it's about. I've heard it enough times, but it's just like I still get that same like, You know, like I just don't want to
Like
go
the
through
end
it.
of an era, kind of like
Yeah,
oh, fuck
yeah,
Like
it's
some
like-
albums, you feel like you end it like this. Some albums, you're like, oh fuck, like Mobb Deep's The Infamous. It's like you
But-
just end it like it's like
Like going back to like one of my favorites is like Jay Electronica. Like I don't know if you follow any of his stuff. and
yeah.
stuff like
I
that.
mean, track by track. That's not album by album.
Because he's got like 3 albums now out, but like not really. But it's like very like you can unpack it, you can come back to it. You can be like, oh, okay, so this is this and da, 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 da. He keeps it in a place where it's just very like
You can take it at
there's
it
no
as it
front-
is, or
there-
you can go
yeah,
deep.
yeah. It's like good literature, good like philosophy, like book,
Storytelling,
whatever.
whatever.
Yeah, whatever. It's just information. It's like Bible level to me in that sense.
Electronica. Tell me if this is true. As a person who listens to albums a lot, I have a theory that most of the biggest bangers on albums are track 2. See, I listen to albums all the time, and I notice track 1, it's like intro, whatever.
It's
You
expected.
could have whatever you want. It can be a little skit. Hey, Kanye, tell him, boy, whatever. Tell him, go ahead and say something for the kid, Kanye. You know, like some shit
I'm
like
like,
that.
why did I get you to do voiceovers?
Yeah,
on
yeah,
my
I'm down.
thing?
Hook it
like,
up. I'm
yo,
down.
next
I'm done. But like,
100%.
Kanye, hook something up with a key or whatever he says. I'll do an Arab one. It say, Kenny, Kenny. Doesn't matter, Garu. They need, they need music for the school. So Adio gives them something very good. Kenny, wallah, nashuf. And then you go, and then track 2 comes. Track 2, Scorpion for Drake. That's nonstop, right?
Yeah, nonstop.
That you know what I
I know
mean?
what
Like
you mean, I know.
track 2, from what I've seen, like I think it's Champion for Graduation. It's like I forget
Low
what
key
it
on
is.
my on my own stuff right now. When you
track
guys
2
hear
the hot
it, when people hear August again, which
Is that what it's called? Track 2?
yeah, it's called August again. It's like I'm like I said, what is it? Waiting to die, wishing to live was like 89 when I arrived and made a shift. I'm talking cosmic, talking like I'm the shit. Can't take that away. I've been up. Y'all applauded. Y'all got lit. It's what you want. I know. It's what you want. It's in your face like your skull. You know, it's just very like it's in your face. Like it's like I'm just. But I get it. It is a
Track 2 is like, this is it. This is like, am I gonna go through this album?
technically track 2 could have been track 1. They just wanted to have an intro.
But everybody gets a mulligan on track 1. Do you notice that? You don't have to be impressed by track 1.
no,
That's
no.
the standard has been set for albums.
Unless
that
it's
you
Meek
could-
Mill. Meek Mill's got a lot of good like track 1s. I'd say. I don't even listen to Meek Mill. I listen to a lot of Meek Mill track 1s.
Yeah.
But his
Or
whole
the,
album.
the Black Album at Jay-Z. That's a fucking unstoppable train of an album, dude. Just from the beginning to the end. Perfect.
Huge inspiration.
Jay-Z.
Yeah, that
Hey,
album.
why don't you just say Jay-Z back then, bro? You had to give
I'm
it
saying,
up. Yo, Donald
Don-
Trump. Yo,
Dan-
yo, that guy, he's contesting Trudeau. Like, nigga, just say Jay-Z.
I just want people to just look up names.
Yeah.
Dan
Wait, what
Penna.
was that second one? Fuck, rewind. Fuck, what's this?
Hans Zimmer.
What's that beard called? There's a Blood Brothers or something?
Nicholas
I'm so
Jar.
confused.
Start saying random names.
But Jay-Z goes hard.
Corey.
Huh? Yeah, right? Just fire truck.
yeah, anyway, yeah. I've had that before.
What?
That like what you just said, use fire truck. Like I've jumped into a situation where it's just like I didn't know how to talk to this particular person in this environment, but nobody knew how to talk to this particular person in this environment, and it was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna build conversation off of no conversation. And I was just like, I walked up to this person and I was like, lasagna, and they were like, spinach, and I said sugar, and we riffed, but we had a whole conversation off of nothing.
And this is, I'm assuming, was a severely autistic person.
No.
No eye contact was made. He was on a calculator the whole time.
It wasn't he, it was a she,
Yeah. It was a
and-
they, in fact. All right. So you just got, it doesn't matter. That does matter. All right. It's not okay. All right, bro. It's over. Nothing's happening, bro. But yeah, like that sounds like the most autistic. You went up to somebody and you were like lasagna, and then they said spinach. Where was this?
Okay, it was if anybody knows Ottawa area, it's Toronto area, City Fidel. It was like City's music video.
Autistic Avenue. Oh shit, Ottawa.
No, it was a city video in Toronto, and like they had a whole bunch of models in there, and this is like one of the models that nobody could talk to.
That's hilarious. Was she the most beautiful also?
Yeah, it was the most like, oh wow, visually, you know.
Yeah, she was the hottest.
beautiful.
She was the most captivating.
The most captivating, but nobody knew how to talk to this particular individual. But I seen that this particular individual.
So people went up to her and be like, "Hey, I'm Greg," and what? She just goes spinach.
Didn't even.
Whoa, like,
I don't even think they had the time to even do that. They were just like,
I can't break their code.
Yeah, I was like, this is not a thing. And
You're
I was like, I'm like, that's a
lasagna.
conversation. I'm like, lasagna. And they're like, spinach.
You're like, so anyways, I was fucking her in my polo clothes later, right? Tommy Hilfiger at the toe, bro. Just being like, look at me now, Tommy.
Not the case.
I got one of yours, baby.
I got a woman.
Yeah, what now, Tommy? Did you know anything about Virgil when he died?
A lot.
Because when Virgil died, I realized, for those who don't know, he was, I guess, like one of the designers at Louis Vuitton or some shit.
Yeah.
And
More than that.
So many artists were like, yo, Virgil this, Virgil that. And then he died. And then I was like, who the fuck was Virgil? I Googled him. I see a picture of him flying a kite and some shit. And I'm like, who was this nigga?
Like quintessential to the development of like Kanye West, in the sense that he had found him, I think, he was doing screen prints at like some shop or something like that, and like Virgil somehow found his way to like make his designs known to Kanye, and then Kanye got to him. They got working together. Like he's worked on the Yeezus cover,
Yeah.
the 808s and Heartbreak cover.
Virgil worked on all of them.
Yeah,
Like he designed the covers.
Key does like I want to say fully because like they all work together in this
Gotcha.
team, but he's part of that room, that team thing there and stuff like that. Like that Pyrex vision, the Bentrill, the things that we've all grown up to, like, you know, the things that ASAP was like talking about Bentrill, da, 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 da. It's like that's
I don't know
all
what
like
intro is.
hype culture.
Gotcha. Hype beast
We
shit.
all look that way now. Like we don't have we have no choices at this particular point. His influence is like so big to a point where it's just like it's so household name where it's like we don't even know where it's like, oh, is it him or it's not?
Oh,
But
like
it's
ubiquitous. It's so everywhere. You're
it's
like,
so everywhere that it's like Aritzia playing hip hop music, like white girls shopping,
Gotcha.
blah blah blah, that type of thing. You know?
So he was just crazy in tune and came up actually with rappers like on the creative side.
Yeah. Him and like close, like I think like what's it called, like, you know, right hand man type thing there and stuff like that.
Really?
Like, super, yeah, super.
And then he ended up working at Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, ended up getting that position and stuff like that. Started his own thing, OffWhite, prior to that.
Oh, OffWhite was Virgil's?
That's Virgil.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yo,
Yeah.
nothing hotter than saying OffWhite. Bro, for a couple years there was nothing. That was like the new Alexander Wang. You notice
Bro.
how that I listen to rap and I pick up on the new brands. Like I
Oh.
don't care to buy them or even anything.
I
but
don't even
like,
want. I'm gonna say, yeah.
But I just
can
pick up on like the new hot shit. They're like the Virgil this, OffWhite that, Alexander Wang jeans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Goyard trunk.
Oh, Goyard. Yeah.
You know?
I'm like, what the fuck is Goyard?
Yo,
I still haven't seen
Lupe,
Goyard. I had to Google
Lupe,
Goyard.
Lupe kept saying Goyard.
I looked at the print. I'm like,
Goyard.
I don't really like the print. I just say I genuinely don't like it. I don't know
and
how to buy it.
They're all rectangular prisms,
Yeah.
like old English chariot style luggage.
I'm like, yo, for me, Timbuktu. Like Timbuktu is like as a bag that I use all the time. Like when I'm riding around in the city. And
I
stuff
hate
like
it
that.
when artistic shit, like hot shit, stylish shit, demands to be non-functional. Like Goyard trunks, they got no wheels on them, bro.
Form and function, always.
They
But then
got no wheels.
that's-
Like, yeah, because they're to be lifted by the help. You know what I mean? Like, what do you what? Right? They have no wheels on them. They're
No, it's true.
They're luggage.
It's true. It's true.
What the fuck are you doing?
It is definitely meant for the help.
I mean, they had no wheels back when I was Googling it, back when Lupe was big, when he did that prescriptions comment. I was
Yeah.
like, Goyard trunk.
But that album, not that the cool.
Oh, what a great album, huh?
What's that song there that has that sample? Like it sounds like somebody's talking.
Tokyo to something?
No, there's a song. There's like Gold Watch. I think it's called Gold Watch.
Why?
It has like a sample, like that beat is one of the greatest beats or greatest songs in my books.
Lupe
to come out of that
Fiasco
project.
Gold Watch?
I think it's Gold Watch. Gold Watch, yeah. If you listen, that thing is high level, like future, like production wise.
Let's see this shit.
Like I'm gonna.
I can only play a couple
Yo,
seconds.
the
before they
sunglasses
flag
are
it.
actually like messing with me a little bit.
That's my
So
boy.
They came off a little bit.
Now
You're
we're
the-
seeing the
Yeah,
mind.
now
yo,
you
that-
see this, like,
Yo, now
yo.
I see the vision, yo. Yo, now I see the vision of the future.
I'm awake.
Yeah.
I might have been sleeping. No.
This?
Yeah. Do you hear that? The way he jumps into that?
I gotta stop it before it
Yeah.
flags me. They'll flag me quick, bro. YouTube doesn't play, bro.
100%.
To them, they're like,
Is that what it is?
matters.
Like right away, like as you put it in the algorithm, just like
No. They hear it once I put it up to YouTube. Yeah.
Okay.
Once if you have like 15 seconds of
15 seconds.
uninterrupted, it'll just be like, sorry, the video has been demonetized because the copyright, blah 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 blah. Fuck you.
Have you ever thought of doing like what is it? Doing a version where it's partly on YouTube and then like the full experience is somewhere else?
Well, I've got a Patreon. Check it out, which I do solo episodes
seen
every
that.
week.
I've seen it. I haven't
And I
checked it
shoot
out.
behind the like. I was on Star Trek recently.
Oh shit!
And I posted.
And you were with my boy, maybe Orville.
Orville Redenbach.
No, Orville. Jamaican
You're like,
dude.
nah, nigga. You thinking about the
He
popcorn?
said Orville Redenbach. If it's the most recent Star Trek, you were with my boy, probably Orville. 100%.
I wasn't there with him, but maybe. But
Somehow.
like, it's huge. There's like a million
Oh,
people
yeah, it's
there,
like-
and it's
it's
like
Star
it's
Trek,
crazy,
yeah.
yeah. But I posted like a bunch of the pictures because I have to sign NDAs.
Oh,
so I
shit.
can't say what character I played, but I
shit.
posted all the pictures on
You're
Patreon
like,
and like.
are you like an alien in it? Because I'm like, yo, I'm a
like
huge
I'm like
Trekkie.
a guy.
Like, what are you?
Oh, are
Klingon?
you? I can't say what I am, but like you know what I am.
Bro, like I've watched every series and every season of Star Trek up into Enterprise. Enterprise is where I
Even
like
Deep Space Nine,
yes, but up
which I just
even Deep Space Nine was like the most stagnant Star Trek.
it wasn't even good.
No, it was good. It was just like, but they're like all like on a station kind of,
Wait.
and like leaving the station on this like one little thing there.
Do you ever put Star Trek lyrics in your rhymes? Please tell me you do, bro.
I don't. I do reference a lot of like things that have to do with space, but a lot of my passwords are Star Trek starships names.
Oh yeah.
100% still.
If any
Up until this
hackers
particular
out
point.
there, make a note of that. You know. You know what I mean?
You heard it here first.
Vulcan 6.
It's like no, just off of like beauty. Like I like there's a few like of the starships that were like designed, and I was like, oh shit, like this is like I love that.
Damn, you're a big Star Trek fan, huh?
100%. Well, because it's
I'll
like
show you these pics. You'll fuck with them.
that whole Elon Musk like going to like Mars type thing. There is like yo, that thing piques my interest 100%. It's just like that's the next step of evolution. We're just trying to push towards that. That's what I'm trying to push. Like
Well,
yeah.
Serious question. Who do you think the first rapper will be that'll go to space?
If it's not me, I don't know who. To be honest, but like I say me. To like I'll genuinely say me.
That's a fucking perfect
I
rapper.
will-
That's a perfect rapper answer. I fucking love it,
No,
bro. Respect.
Like what? Like nobody like Saturday. Like you know, in like grade 6, like I won like this like thing there for like was a science and tech.
The most
museum.
likely to go to space.
It's like yeah, I was like most
It's
likely
been
to go.
written, nigga.
Nah, I was like building like this like Mars installation, like how humans would live there. Like when I was in grade 6, like I won this like project thing to go to the thing and whatever and like create blah blah blah. Like that's just it's been in the back of my mind the entire time. It's like, you know, I stay interested. I sit back and I watch that. I'm like, I wanted to be an astronaut before doing any of this.
Oh, legit.
100%. And then I realized I'm like, I ain't about the whole chemistry and all of that. Like, no, I'm about it, but I'm just like not about like just like, you know, like just jumping in full throttle. I want to chill a little bit more than that, you know.
By the time we're way older, it'll be so cheap to go to space. Not like as cheap as going to Hawaii, which is still, you know, pricey.
Yeah.
But I imagine it'll be like, you know.
Have you been to Hawaii?
No, I haven't.
Okay, I was gonna say.
But it's like, you know, if I have 3, 4, 5 G's, I can for sure go to Hawaii.
yeah, true.
So I'm thinking by the time, you know, 30 years from now, I imagine space will be like going, seeing it and being up there a couple
going,
hours and
seeing
coming
it,
back.
yeah.
Probably be 20, 30 grand, you know?
It's like you and your buddies can go up, you know,
Yeah. This part.
have some darts. Oh, nail
This
tech.
part.
Yo, my G went to nail tech.
I love that lyric.
Shout out to you, so.
Like, now what? Yeah, now I just got
Back
flagged.
then it made sense, but yeah.
But it's like, now what? I love that fucking line, bro.
But those are the important things. Those are the things that's like, yo, pay attention to who you listen to, and like, yo, like he's got that energy of like, you know, that moving
it
energy.
reminds me of G-Eazy that's not super into cocaine.
That was his come down? That was his thing? Like Jeezy's, we don't listen to him because
I like G-Eazy. I'm a big G-Eazy fan.
Okay.
He's got a song called But a Dream. He's got a song called The Plan, the Beautiful and Twisted. He's got that album.
Okay.
And he's got The Plan, what but a dream, that's the sickest. It's like work, you know, I love those, like I'm working night shift, but mom, watch I'm gonna put
Russ?
it all together. Yeah.
Who's it? Russ? Is Russ added into this conversation?
Russ is always like that.
He wrote Russ is that. That's Russ.
Yeah.
It's like Russ.
But he made it though, so it's like
Still making it. You know, I don't like. Do we think that like we get to a point where we make it and then it's like
there you get to a point where you have to acknowledge that you made it, but the journey doesn't end. But you have to acknowledge at one point you made it. If Drake can't acknowledge that he made it, then it's like, bro, what the fuck are you doing?
But I think you stop living when that happens. Cause
No,
I
don't think
Oh,
so.
you don't think that?
No,
I'm
I
thinking
think you got to be blessed and honest and be like, I'm here. At one point, you got to look around and be like, I'm fucking here.
you sit back, you're like, yo, I'm at this podcast. Like,
Yeah, now like the financial worries
we made
are
it out of
gone.
the basement.
Yeah, now it's like anything. Once the financial worry is gone, then it's like you're in like a whole new unexplored territory of like, I'm just doing this shit because there's no.
But then aren't you thinking about like, I got this Maybach, but islands are nice.
You know what's
what I
hilarious?
mean?
You say Maybach. You just watched the documentary. I bet you would have said Maybach before you watched that documentary. Because the guy's like, we've got a Maybach for you.
Maybach,
I'm like,
yeah.
My
Maybach.
girl right now before we came, she's like, Maybach. And I was like, she's like, I thought it was Maybach. I'm like, I just watched the documentary.
It's like,
But like, no, I would never buy a Maybach. And
Same.
I'm never that guy that would buy these crazy cars that are meant for someone to drive you in, like
but
a
you'd buy
Phantom or
Tesla.
Yeah, Tesla's
Tesla,
very
yeah,
reasonable.
it
I would
makes
buy a
sense.
I really want to stay away from the idea of owning a Ferrari, but I'm a fucking big car guy. I love cars.
Low-key,
I've loved cars
one
my whole
Ferrari
life.
thing to have, like just.
But
just
the cost of a Ferrari.
but I want an older
doesn't make
Ferrari
sense.
though, like a '90s Ferrari, like
I
we're
know,
still
a
like kind of like
Testarossa.
square.
You're talking about a Testarossa, yeah. Shark fins on the side, yellow Testarossa.
Just give me that. Like
Yeah.
I don't want the new stuff. I don't want the new Ferrari.
The
truck.
maintenance
Looks
it's just-
garbage to me.
See, when I first graduated engineering, I leased an expensive BMW, and for 3 years, and I felt what it was like to be like overdrawn financially on a car for the sake of a car, and that made me feel like that feeling I got for years. I was like, I'll never do this again.
Like this isn't hit.
Like for me to get one of these cars, like for me, once I pop 911 Carrera S, that's
Oh,
it.
so you have that
So
already in your mind.
I'm keeping my diesel Gulf until I can get a 911 Carrera.
I'm like, yo, I'll ride a bike and I like taking Ubers. That's just me. That's just transportation. Let's go.
I'm a car guy. I need to have a car at all times.
Bike dude, no insurance. I create my own insurance. Like, you know, like it's like point A to point B. If I got to get anywhere further, it's like call a homie. That's a route. You know?
that's a
You
route.
gotta- you
Yeah,
gotta-
that's on track
point A
3,
to point
baby.
B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I called my homie because I was locked up in the back. What the fuck? You know what I mean? Locked up, through the keys, got a nigga saying, please.
Yo, the way I gotta get this man on like the next couple tunes, like I'm
Bro,
working on so much.
Yo,
lot.
yo.
A lot. Like working on a lot.
I'll let you listen to my verse.
Actually,
Bro,
this
is
is what Conrad is gonna be. He's gonna be checking out, or like you work.
No,
with
no. Like when I was in Edmonton, I sat there and I recorded this verse.
But you have a beat to it.
It's on a beat.
Oh, it's on a beat. Okay,
It's on a beat. Yeah. Because like I kept listening to the beat. I'll skip over my buddy's verse.
Shout out
just
to
'cause
Conrad. Conrad makes some dope beats too. Also,
Oh yeah, Conrad's fucking gifted, dude.
okay.
Yeah, that's me. That's me. Okay. This is my beat. This is my
over
beat.
in the
Yo,
West-
we did this. Check it out.
In the West, got my boy Pure Spot, brought a quick 16, like I do the shit lots. Kia Forte, downstairs 6 days. Got the rental paid, you know I don't play. Kill. I'm here for the stage. They name me on the mic and the crowd goes cray. Yo, I seen this nigga before. My girl showed me his TikTok, like damn, he's jokes. Oh fuck, what can I say? It ain't my fault your girls got my shit saved. So Dave, behave, enjoy the show, bro. I'm about to hop on a flight and head back home. Cause ego is crazy, thinking like a baby. Asked to get married and she'll probably say maybe.
Yo, you had me almost pulling up. My G, you had me almost pulling up the garage band. I was gonna hit some synth just now off the phone because it's like
You were like, yo,
It's
keep the
the
beat
future,
going. Let
bro.
me go.
I was like,
I'm
yo.
locked up in the back. Yo, I asked a couple of questions at the end. With my first time guest. Okay, I'm gonna take it back. This is all about the Angolan side. Okay, immigrant section. We gotta hit it. We gotta hit it. Number one, question one. Did you get beat? Did you get your ass whooped growing up?
kind of.
Talk to me.
Like that whole ear thing, the ear pulling, like ear twist,
Ear
the little
twist.
pull.
Oh yeah.
But
Classic.
like the other thing, like the little, you know, like I got the spoon thing, the spoon that happened.
The wooden spoon.
The wooden spoon.
The one they do this with.
No, it was like a little like tap tap tap.
Oh,
like
okay,
that.
okay,
But it was like yeah, it was like a faster tap. That happened. But the thing is, like, I'm the youngest of my siblings, right? So I'd watch them go through hell, and then for me, it's just like I kind of figured it out. So it's part of my like mentality. It's like, yo, I just watch. I'm like, I'm not gonna, you know, if I know it's hot, like if the stove is hot, I'm not touching it.
Yeah.
You know. So I learned how to suave my way through my parents.
Respect, bro. Same thing with
Yeah.
me. My
I
older
got the
siblings,
lightest
same type
things.
of shit, dude.
My brother, though.
They fucked up, and I was like, okay, don't do
Shout outs
that.
to Igor.
Yeah. Yo, your brother's got a Russian ass name.
Yeah. We all got weird names. Like my brother Igor, my sister Gabriella. I got a sister in Angola, Zanilda. I have kind of a sister. Parents took care of her, Morena. But like then me is just Kenneth.
They're like, we want this one to get regular employment. You know what I
Very
mean?
hard for interviews. Like
Kenneth? No, Kenneth would be.
I feel like they would see the paperwork and then I pull up and be it's not what they expect.
Yeah, the resume at the top just says "doesn't matter, it's okay," all one word. They're like, "This is a entry level accounting position." You're like, "It's happening." Yo, next question. Next question is, what's some shit Angolans do you've never seen? Have you ever been to Angola?
I've never been to Angola.
Okay, but you know Angolans.
Yeah.
What's some shit they do or your parents did that you've never seen anybody else do?
I think what kind of messed me up, I was at a family friend's house. Nilton, you know what I'm talking about. Nilly. Anyway, I guess the rest of the world like does it, but it was like eating chicken fingers. Chicken fucking, what's things called? Just the
Drumsticks?
No, not the drumsticks, the fucking feet. Chicken feet.
Chicken feet. Oh, okay.
Chicken feet kind of messes me up. I'm like, it's just.
It's so much like cartilage.
Yeah,
You're
it's so
But how
there.
did they deep fry it? How was it?
I couldn't really look at it. I was like, they're like, you want some chicken feet? I was like, it's like, it looks like I have a problem with food still looking like
What it is?
Yeah, what
you
it is
can't
in
eat
real
a
life.
fish when the face is still on it?
That's why I don't eat seafood. Lobster,
What?
shrimp.
Bro, what?
Okay, I also have a problem with eating food eating the whole animal. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, but
That should be part of a religion. No, but
it's
eating the
wasteful.
whole but like using other parts for different parts. Like if I ate a head right here and then we ate the torso, like it's like I'd rather not eat the full animal.
Gotcha. I see what you're saying. But, you know, like for the cultures that
Shout out to them.
originate these, like, what's it called? Recipes or whatever the fuck you want to call it. For the most part, it's like very like resource stricken. So it's like you gotta eat everything. Like you're not gonna eat the hoof maybe, and you'll make like a chalk out of it or some shit.
I'd rather
like,
a little bit more creativity. I'm more like
but the
chop it.
head has meat. Anywhere there's meat.
Oh no, eat the head,
you
but like
gotta-
present it.
anywhere there's meat though.
But like the full body though, like
But anywhere there's meat.
No,
So
I-
what are you gonna do with meat besides eating it? That's more useful than eating it. I get it, the bones. I get it, the
I
intestines.
say spread it out.
the-
Spread it out. Start out the day in the morning, you eat the head. Then later on in the
Maybe
day,
have a PB&J sandwich. Switch it up.
I'm like, just mix it up. I'm too art. Like it's maybe that's my artsy side. I'm just like, yo, I just like
It's like maybe we don't need to be eating deep fried anus. You know what I mean? Do we really gotta eat the anus?
like at least not in the morning. At
Yo,
least
you wasteful
like,
boy. Yo, this boy Canadian as fuck.
at night,
right?
3 a.m., 3 o'clock in the
Your
morning.
Angolan
Maybe.
cousins would fight for this anus right here, Kenneth. Eat it. Eat it. Okay, so the last question is, who do Angolans talk shit about? Like, I don't know if there's
Congolese people.
The Congolese?
Congolese people, 100%.
Tell me.
100% because it's just like we share like they share like a border just separated by like a river. So it's just like if you claim to be Angolan, but you speak a little bit of French, they say regresado. I'm struggling because I'm trying to roll the thing there, but regresado means it's like you ain't really. Like,
So that's Congo is a French colony. And Angola is a Portuguese
colony, yeah.
It's funny, you guys are fighting for the colonizers.
The colonizers,
Like, y'all niggas ain't really
now,
French.
you ain't
Y'all
really-
ain't really French. Y'all know,
Now to look
we
back-
Portuguese.
bro, that's why I have a hard time even being like, yo, nowadays being like, shout outs to Angola, because I'm like, we all know that like history says like not history is like, yo, that shit was just all cut up by like just da da da, and then it's like, then you have people fighting for wars for years and just being like, yo, we supporting this country that's not really a country. It's like there's 8 indigenous groups in Angola, you know, so many different languages, you know.
It's like Nigeria too. So many tribes and languages. But like, what would with the Congolese? What would you be like, man? This boy's Congolese as fuck. Like, are the Congolese cheap and Angolans liars? You know, there's always like shit. Don't trust the Congolese. Like,
Yeah, don't
have you ever heard that?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
like
see?
that. The
I love it. I
beignets.
love that
You
shit.
know what I mean? It's
Everybody's got that. Don't trust an American. Don't trust the Japanese. Don't trust the Colombian.
But they
Like,
fuck with the music. They like the music. Kofi, you know Kofi?
No.
Kofi, Congolese singer or whatever. They growing up, that was a big name. I have to look him up and like re-listen to it now with like older ears and be like, what was he actually talking about?
what about
But,
Angolan? Any big artists?
like, what's his name there? Booba. No, not Booba. Sorry, I said Booba. Booba's yo kid.
It's killing it, bro.
Bonga.
Bonga? That's sick.
Bonga. Yeah. Bonga's huge. Like Angolan older ladies fall down when they see him. But like
Bonga?
he's been doing it for a long time. He's got a big song actually with him and Cesar Voria. She passed away a few years back, but huge song, like huge. What's the name of the song? I don't know what the name of the song is, but like. That's big. Like Bonga's big. That's Angola's like biggest export. Like
Bonga.
that.
Like
and,
he tours outside of Angola.
Yeah, that and Kizomba music. If you have ever heard of Kizomba.
No, I've never.
Kizomba's big also.
This is like an Angolan specific music.
Oh, sorry. Kizomba and Kuduro. Kuduro means like literally tough ass, but Kiduro means like it's a lot of like girls shaking their backsides.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's more like Caribbean style.
It's very Caribbean style. It's like I feel like we go south of the equator and it's just like everybody's just
Let's just
everybody's
shake your
gonna
asses.
shake ass.
And then you go to Sudan and they're like, Islam, cover the ass.
Because that's you're
I'm Sudanese, yeah, so
it's
pure
all-
Islam, yeah.
But the north side or the south side?
I'm northern.
Somewhere,
Southern's
northern?
way chiller, it seems. But then, there was the genocide. There's a lot of problems. I've never been to the South.
Okay.
But I got South Sudani friends
Okay.
that are like, they grew up Christian.
Yeah.
Christians just more chill, man. It's just they could drink. They could. Muslims, it's like, never drink, never smoke. It's like,
But we might have
the
a
longer
drink.
you're in this world, you
Yeah.
realize fucking humans need something.
They
you
need
need tobacco. You need something.
some
you need
kind of
some
di-
release.
dimmer switch.
Yeah,
Dimmer, like,
something.
like
and when it
chill out.
doesn't, you just have aggression, and and I'm not saying like, oh, this is rampant in the Muslim community
No.
or whatever, but it's like I've always looked at that, and it's like it forces people to lean like disproportionately hard on religion more than they need to for this life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
We're
Like,
here for so long. And it's like
even my
how much
sister's
energy?
super religious. She's always like, this whole life is a test.
What's the age difference if you don't mind me asking? Like you and your sister.
Oh, my sister's born 85. I'm born 91, 6 years.
Oh, 6 years.
So, yeah, I have a younger sister too.
Okay.
But my older sister's like, very religious. Since she's had kids, she's become less religious, which is ironic because it's usually the other
my
way.
sister has more kids than super religious.
Yeah, exactly.
Every-
The more kids people have, they're like, we can only unite this thing through
Shout out to
God.
Gabriella.
Yeah. But like, my sister will tell me like, this life is a test, and we agree. We disagree on stuff, but it's like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what any of us believe. Just believe the things you need to get through this life, and that's what it is. That's the answer, right? But I'm just like, what do you mean this life is the only guaranteed thing is this life?
That and change.
The only guaranteed thing is right now and here. So how are you going to tell me this is a test for the next thing? It's like, this is the only thing I'm sure about.
That's the whole
How are you
doesn't
gonna tell
matter.
me
It's
that's a
okay.
test?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Chill out.
You're saying this isn't the real one, then we're testing for the
we
real
don't know.
one. I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen next. All I can be like is how I'm just gonna try to
is not a test.
do exactly what I want, live how I want
Yeah.
right now during the test. And it's not like I'm a fucking murderer deep down and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I can't kill. It's a test. You know what I mean? No, I'm a fucking regular human. But yeah, we like to end it on that. You know what I mean? Sacrilegious. We like to end it on that tip. You know what I mean? Shout out to your religious family and friends.
Love.
Yo, I'm gonna see if the Angola numbers jump for this episode.
It's
You know what I'm
coming up.
talking
It's
about?
coming up.
It's
Shout out to
coming up.
Luanda.
Yo, I want you to look at the camera and tell
Let's
the people
go.
where they can find you, huh?
Oh, like if it's not here, it's like just literally look up doesn't matter, it's okay, one word. And the okay can have the
Instagram
AY.
handle?
Yeah. It's just that if they literally Google doesn't matter, it's okay, it's like, ooh, found. Or if you just hang out and you party a lot, you might run into me.
Well, a lot of these people are not in Toronto.
True.
You know what I mean? So I want them to be able to actually find you and hear your music when it drops. So I'm gonna put your Instagram link in the description. Do you have like a Spotify link or something I could put in there?
Not
Anything
currently,
out
but
or SoundCloud?
yeah, like there's previous stuff up, but like depending on like the release and whatever and the time and stuff like
Okay,
that.
I'll
it's
just
like,
put your gram
If
there.
they just look up Doesn't Matter, it's okay. They'll be able to follow the thing.
There you
the
go.
gram is big. You know, we here, we is, love. You know,
Yo, I got artists. What if they want to
Brown
collab?
Sugar Family, Barlett House. You know, we building. You know,
This
we're
is
here.
the standard rapper
Boss
outro
in the
plugs.
building, you know.
Yo, shout out to
shouts
Ray Ray and Big
everybody.
Steve.
Shout out to Big Chains. We made it out the gate. You know, this is like
We Ubered here, nigga. We Ubered here.
Uber here. I did Uber earlier.
Yeah, the bus don't make it up this high, bro. But bro, this has been a fucking
100%.
pleasure,
It's
man.
fun,
Yo,
it's fun.
from my end, follow me at Abbas Wahab, ABBASWAHAB at Instagram, TikTok, all the fucking things. Support the show directly at patreon.com/the Immigrant Section. Bonus episodes, behind the scenes content. You can check out that Star Trek shit. And I'll repeat, we are on tour, Ontario and Montreal. Go to bosswahab.com. Get those tickets. They're already beginning to go. It's going to be the end of March. I'm fucking amped. Bro, I can't wait.
100%,
Once your shit
100%.
drops, you got to come back on, okay?
Yeah. No, then we just do a full follow through and just listen through. If
It'll
if
be a
that's even
listening
thing.
episode,
It'll be a
yeah.
listening episode. Just sit back and just listen to the album.
Yo, but until next time, it's your boy signing out. Peace.